lessons are coming fast. I can't even tell you. These lessons are coming so fast. All right, so yesterday. Okay, 2 days ago, did a message. I went back and looked at it, and the things that came through in my mind, I didn't see me say it. But anyway, the point is that these lessons are coming fast. If you don't know that this place that we call our lives, this place we call Earth, is a training ground. It is a school. We are being schooled, and we are learning how to connect with the source that is in us, that created us, that is in everyone else. And we're being taught, when we are conscious, how to embrace a spirit of oneness, meaning that we understand that we are extensions, all of us are extensions of the same source, and thereby we are one. It's so funny because I got that name maybe a year ago. I was leading a group, and I felt like I needed to change the name because it didn't embody the idea that I wanted to convey for the group. And so We Are One was one that just came out and was like, whew, yeah, that's what we need to learn, that we are one. So anyway, I learned a great lesson. Just a little recap if you haven't seen the other videos. I learned a lesson about emotion, and or I'm in the midst of a chapter on emotion, and how emotion is energy, right? It's energy in motion, emotion, right? Also, it is not who we are. Good Lord. Our emotions are not part of who we are. They are like the wind passing by. They're like the clouds, right? And so oftentimes we take on emotions as being part of who we are, where we need to learn how to detach from emotions. And that lesson came to me last year, and I've been learning it, continuing to learn it, that, you know, I need to detach from my emotions, detach from outcomes. The other part of that I learned in the last 2 days was that there's times when there is an emotion that I am feeling, that now I'm aware that I can be a feeling and emotion that is not mine. And I mean, this is different than your traditional empathy that's like, oh, they're feeling bad, oh, I feel so bad for them, like, or, oh, somebody's crying on the TV, so I'm crying a little bit too, because you know that you're not feeling those emotions, right? But when you feel them so, like when you recognize, like, oh, I'm feeling anxious about something, but you have nothing to be anxious about, you have to be aware that you are picking up on someone else's emotion. If you've already done the work to look at yourself and say, okay, is there a situation that's going on right now that I am concerned about or I'm anxious about? And you really search yourself, and you have to realize that you have bumped up into someone else's emotion and you've accepted it on as your own. And so we can wash that stuff off, right? Like we need to learn how to remove those energies from us, because if we are not conscious of them and conscious of the fact that they are not ours, they can control us. So I had that first experience where I felt an emotion and thought it was mine, and then realized that it wasn't mine, and then was able to like clear that. And then yesterday I was in the middle of something, I was having a discussion, and I felt this swirl of confusion and emotion that I was just like, I was thinking, what did I do? Like, I was really confused. Like, I was confused. And I shouldn't have been confused. And then I realized that there was 4 people in the room. It was their collective emotion and energy that I was actually like physically and visually I could see. And I know this sounds crazy, but I'm just going to be honest. It was red and orange, and it kind of looked like I was in the center of a cyclone, like that, in the eye of a cyclone. Like, and I was watching it, and that is what had me squirrely. Like, I was literally squirrely. So what I realized was I was seeing and feeling the emotion that was in the room, and I hadn't taken it on as my own, so that I did take it on as my own because I was confused by it. I was thrown off. And so I was actually trying to escape it. Like, if you can imagine you trying to tread water, like that's how I felt. I felt like I was trying to tread water out of this situation. And what I realized is when I see that, when I feel that, I need to address that in the same way that I would address not in the same way. So when nobody was around and I didn't know, where that emotion came from, I just went within myself. When there were people around and I was speaking, I realized that what I was speaking was confusing some people, not because what I was saying was confusing, but because they were having some reactions. They were triggered. And so what I needed to do was stop and address what I saw. So part of being an empath, and I feel like I only scratched the surface before of what being an empath meant. And now I'm really starting to experience it. And I'm experiencing it not just so I can be like, I'm an empath. It's really a gift to create relationships and understanding. And I've always said that I'm a bridge between people. Like, that's how I see myself. I see myself as a person who wants to help people understand, that doesn't like separation between people. And so I want to be that bridge that covers and gives space and allows people who are on opposite sides of a situation to connect. And so in that moment, I could have addressed that in a way that said, I realize there's some distance between us, and I realize that there's some emotions swimming around there. I'm feeling a little bit of confusion, maybe a little bit of fear, maybe a little anger and frustration. And so I want to take a moment for us to address that, because one, that shows that you care about people. When people do things to other people and they don't care how it makes other people feel, those people are not agents of oneness. Those people who are just doing things and being very careless about how it affects other people, they are not able in the moment, and they're not, I'm not calling them evil people, they just don't understand how we're connected and why it's important for us to come to a respect, not only respect, a value of one another. And so that is what I'm really trying to teach. That is my life's purpose. I feel like that's my goal. That's what I'm here to do, is to bring people together and come to a common awareness. And so I realize I've been given this gift in order to more effectively do so. And so when I'm like, these lessons are coming fast, I'm realizing that I'm being given more and more opportunity to practice a gift that I've been given, or a tool that I've been given to accomplish what I'm here to do in life. It would be like if those saws that you can do all kinds of angles with and everything. It would be as if someone their purpose was to be a carpenter, but they only knew how to use this rough saw. Would they be able to accomplish things? Yes. Would it be as beautiful as It could be, probably no. But once they learn how to use that, salt, I don't know what it's called, but it's the little teeny one, it's on the table and they can move it around and make all kinds of swirls. The beauty of what they can create with that tool changes the game. It changes their output. And so, can they get the job done with this salt? Yes, they can. But the beauty is in learning how to use a tool that can take your craft to another level. And so what I realize is that I have been given a tool. This is a lesson. These are a series of lessons that I'm learning about this, about how to work the energy, about how to assess the energy, about how to assess the emotions of others, and use it to complete the goal that I have been given on this planet, which is to bring people together and bring people to a understanding of oneness with one another and with the source that created them. So, it's exciting, and this is my intention. My intention is to pay attention to all the situations and circumstances that surround me, that I would be ever conscious of the opportunities that I'm being given to practice my craft, to practice that which I know I'm here to bring, which is a spirit of unity and oneness with one another, and that I would not only be a guide for those who desire to learn oneness and unity, and how we have effectively opposed in many ways oneness with one another. So we welcome it with one hand and we push it away with another. And I think that is why the world is in the state that it's in. It's because we're not aware of how we oppose the very thing that we say that we want. And so I'm thankful for the opportunities that I'm being given. I'm thankful for the lessons that I'm learning. I'm thankful for the awareness that I have, and that I intend to continue to walk in the awareness of myself, of others, that I would seek truth and clarity in all situations, and that I would be an effective tool, that I would be a tool that could bring about peace, unity, and love, and that I would assist those around me to understand that we truly are one. Love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day. And yeah, just realize that there are people around you who are extensions of you and extensions of the source that created you. Bye.